David Goggins, a man that needs no introduction, a motivational speaker, author, and a retired United States Navy SEAL. He's also an ultramarathon runner, completed over 60 ultramarathons, triathlons, and ultra triathlons, setting new course records and regularly placing in the top 5, and for some reason always breaking his legs. I wonder why. Now, do his achievements sound absurd and a little bit bullshit? Yes, they kinda do. Am I gonna question them? No, I do believe that when the right conditions are met, a lot of things are capable through the human unwielding spirit. With such achievements, his core message has always been to stay hard, to never give up, and do what you hate. On paper it sounds good, but does it always work? Well, today I want to answer exactly this question. While staying hard and persistent is an important part of success, you also need the right predispositions. For example, if you try to break a big thick tree with your bare hands, unless you're Steve from Minecraft, it ain't happening, buddy. Huh? Bruh. Jokes aside, instead of you going at the tree and never giving up with the impossible quest of breaking it with your bare hands, you could take an axe or a chainsaw and actually achieve your goal if you give up on the impossibility of breaking it with your bare hands. And if you click on this video, you know that David Goggins likes to talk about never giving up, which can actually be pretty harmful. Like, it is a bad idea to punch a tree with your bare hands. Trust me. The thing is, sometimes you can't afford a chainsaw or axe, and as we concluded, just hard work isn't enough. I mean, just staying hard certainly works for running like a maniac and breaking your legs, but the thing is, that is what works for David himself. It is not applicable to everybody else, and by selling this idea to others, you are just doing more harm than good. Instead of an axe or a chainsaw, those right predispositions might be money, geographic location, I mean, good luck if you're born into some third world country, or even genetics. If you're dumb, it's probably over. I'm sorry. More or less, we can conclude that David Goggins is living in his own world, where just hard work is enough. He's a bit delusional, let's say, and whether he realized or not, he's kind of a con artist and certainly the biggest masochist I have ever seen. Now, I think I have the perfect story to tell where the fall of his ways was exposed, and people actually made fun of him justifiably for that. We start our story with the ex-UFC MMA fighter Tony Ferguson. So Tony is about to have a fight with an up-and-coming several years younger than him prospect Paddy Pimblett, and odds are stacked against him since he's pretty washed up, coming off a 6 losing fight streak before facing him, and back in his prime Tony was actually one of the best UFC fighters. He was even about to fight arguably the sports GOAT Khabib Nurmagomedov, but after this fight was cancelled, he had to fight Justin Gaethje in his place and lost. He wasn't able to win a single match after this loss. It was pretty important for him to win, so I guess he or his team thought it was a good idea for Tony to train with David Goggins and that his hardcore training ways will help him somehow come back from his losing streak and prove that he still got it after all this time. Who doesn't love a good comeback story? Maybe Tony is the next George Foreman? Well, spoiler warning, no! They did train hard though. Tony even threw up in one of the videos they recorded while training.
There's no normal training in that. Normal training gives you fucking normal results. The adaptation process comes in the suffering, comes in the things you don't want to do.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell.
When asked about what Paddy thinks about Goggins being in the corner of Tony, he said this.
David Goggins in his corner though. David Goggins ain't got shit on me, know what I mean? When I finish Tony, I'll go over to David and say, who's gonna carry the boat, son? Who's gonna carry them? Because it's not fucking him, is it?
It is safe to assume Paddy didn't really care as he was the favorite. During the fight, David did all his usual motivational speeches and yelling,
Stay up, Tony! Stay up, Tony! Stay up, Tony! It's done now! Now it's done! It's done now! What you think the fuck you doing? You're still saying, you gotta be you, Tony.
but alas, it was all to no avail.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Paddy the Paddy Pimblett.
Tony got beaten and lost once again. Eventually Tony will go on to lose one more fight and be dropped out of the UFC. In the end, the real life usually is not like in the movies. You also have to not be washed to win. It would have been much better for Tony to realize he doesn't have it anymore and just quit instead of tainting his legacy while sustaining even more physical injuries.
Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs?
David, no one is carrying the boats. It's over. Another one of the core teachings that David Goggins promotes is to do the things you hate, which odd enough I don't think he himself does. Allow me to elaborate. When a person does something he doesn't have to do, it's either because he likes it or he likes the result it gives him, so he actually doesn't truly hate it. If you actually do something you just hate, you try to avoid it at all costs, and even if you decide to be masochistic and push through it, eventually it will burn you out. David himself probably likes being called the toughest man on the planet and all the quote achievements and status he receives from all of this. He is, in my opinion, basking in the sin of gluttony through his intemperance. And the reason why people like his message so much is because that mentality of just hard work is enough is perfect depiction of the sin of pride that is hard-rooted in the modern man. It is very tempting to believe that everything is possible instead of showing some humility and realization of your own capabilities. So after all that, one must ask himself, okay, but what is the answer? Well, to tell you truly, you alone can only answer this yourself. Don't expect that any motivational speaker, self-help gurus, psychologists or psychiatrists will ever tell you. Though they might help you in your orientation, I will tell you with my limited life experience what I came to as a conclusion to potentially help you. Every single one of us builds a legacy and a meaning with our actions, so the more active we are, the more we are able to create. The secret to creating more and enjoying ourselves is to find something both productive and lovable. I think the short segment taken from an interview of Donald Trump summarizes my thoughts perfectly.
And I've often said the happiest people and the most contented people that I've seen, and I know the very wealthy, I know the moderately wealthy, and I guess I know people a lot less than that, but the happiest people tend to be the people that are making a nice income, that really enjoy their life and their family life, and not the people of tremendous wealth that are constantly driven to achieve more and more success.
But when is enough enough? Obviously, there must have been a time, a point, when you knew that you would be secure for the rest of your life, your family, your relatives, whomever. Why do you go on?
Well, I go on really because I enjoy it. I really enjoy when I think about my business. I think about it literally 24 hours a day, and I really enjoy it. If I didn't, I will stop. There's no question in my mind that I'll stop, because I do understand it's all basically a game. We're all here to play the game, and we're all hopefully going to play it well, but some people obviously can't play it well, because if everyone played it well, you'd have a pretty unusual situation. But the game is being played now by me and by plenty of other people, and the people that enjoy it are the people that are going to win it, in my opinion.
So in conclusion, find your cope guys, don't be a headless fly, subscribe, check out my 2 previous videos, and if I'm still alive and David Goggins fans haven't gotten me, I'll see you around next time. Bye for now.